Everybody that has been tweeting or emailing me or texting me and wanting to know about John, we thought you'd want to hear from John. Here he is, voice of the Yankees on WFAN radio. I think it's coming up now in 27 years. John Sterling. John, what's up?
Well, I feel much better today. It's nice to be on your show, which, as you know, I'm not allowed to be. But I love you and Don, as you well know. And, I went out today and I bought a whole lot of things. I'm very fortunate. I'm able to do that. And, when you hear about these fires in maybe very poor homes or areas, and the people who are out on the street don't have the funds, and it's scary when you don't have any possession, when everything is gone. So I'm very fortunate, and I've heard from people across the country, so it's very heartwarming.
Did you know that so many people cared about you like this?
Of course not. I don't think you ever do.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone in the business, every single one in the business, and I heard from a guy I haven't heard from in about 50 years. So it's been a very unusual time. And the only thing that stops you is when you realize you have nothing. I mean, everything went in that horrible fire. But the good thing is that everyone got out. I've not heard of one fatality.
That's amazing, John. I've seen the pictures of the fire. Not one pet, not one human being lost their lives. I mean, God was watching over that part of New Jersey. It's amazing.
I was amazed too. I went to a hotel in New Jersey, but they didn't have, the new channels like 1 or 12. And I waited till 10 o'clock, and when 10 o'clock came, I realized what people were talking about. One picture is worth 1,000 words. I could not believe the extent of the fire. And so it is very, very lucky, very fortunate that everyone got out.
Now, some people, they hear you on the radio, and I will tell you, being a good friend of he's not materialistic at all. That's not what John Sterling's about. But was there anything in that apartment that you lost that you just go, oh, my God, I can't believe I'll never see that again?
No. I'm not, as you said, possession-oriented, not at all. Obviously, all my clothes, my boys were in my closet, the other day, and they said, boy, Dad, you have a lot of shoes. And, obviously, I don't have any shoes now, although I bought a pair today. My World Series rings are gone, but, they can be replaced, I guess. And I had 12 Emmys from the Yankeeography series on my mantle, and, I know I won them, so what's the difference? So, no, I would say, no, I don't really care about inanimate objects.
And pictures, stuff like that?
Excuse me?
Any pictures you lost that you regret?
Oh, boy. So many. I had pictures over those Emmys of my kids framed that I really like. And then, the pictures that we've taken with Clinton and Bush and Giuliani. We're in the same picture with Giuliani and Joe Torre and one at a music. I can't think of the name of the group, but I was with Uncle Danny and Bernie Williams and Anne Murray, things like that. But, I think you can survive without those pictures.
Now, Michael was telling me off the air you were wearing your 96 World Series ring, correct?
No, I had on my 09.
Okay, 09. So you do have the one. Did you rotate them, or did you always wear the 09?
It was a long time between championships, and then the 09 ring is so nice that I've worn it a lot. I loved the 96 ring. It was all blue, and it was the first one. Strangely enough, and Michael knows this, my fondest possession was a phenomenal muffler scarf that my surrogate mother knitted for me back in '85. Blue and white. I love blue and white, and as my wife called it, my winter coat. And obviously, it was in the apartment, so that's gone. So and Nanny is passed, so there won't be another one.
Now, John, you actually you got up to the floor when the fire had started. Then you had to turn back, right?
Right. I had to go another elevator. It's a very big complex, and I walked around, and then I opened up this hallway door, which would have left me pretty close to my apartment, not all the way there. And, fellas, the smoke was so dense, I couldn't see. And then I realized, I'm not exactly the brightest guy in the world. Hey, John, you better get the heck out of here. So I did, and but even when I entered the garage that afternoon, you could smell smoke.
Amazing. We sit here for 4 hours a day, John, and we talk about Deflategate. Football's being deflated by 2 pounds. And really, you realize how ridiculous and odd and insignificant it is when I thought yesterday, wow, I could lose a friend. It was jarring. So it does put things into perspective.
Well, it does, and I think though that's one reason why the three of us, and obviously many other people, love sports. I watch every football, hockey, basketball game, and do the baseball games, and I guess it's kind of an escape from the realities of life, and so I think that's what sports, quote unquote, are all about, and why we love them so much.
And it's so weird. Like I see the Fire on TV, and the day before, you and I and a couple of buddies, we went out to dinner at Friscos. It's so weird.
Well, I have a line for you. It's a cute line. We did eat there, and we have the four of us: John Moore, the director, and producer Kevin Smolin, who produces now for NBC. And we're all steak eaters, and so my steak was so doggone big I couldn't finish it, so I took it home, and I was planning last night to have a salad and steak. Little did I know. So Kevin called me today, Kevin Smolin, and I said to him, I was going to eat that steak. I said, but I guess now it's well done. He said, well done, it's charbroiled.